All right, let's dive right in. Today we're hacking the immune system, specifically targeting the board traps hidden inside angioedema and hypersensitivity. No fluff, just the high-yield intel you need.
First thing you have to get your head around, the complement system isn't really a system. It's a biochemical cascade of landmines, just waiting to go off. And when it does, that's when you get friendly fire, the body turning on itself.
So how do we navigate this minefield? Simple. We break down the failures into two camps. Gaps, where a critical piece is missing, and storms, where the whole system just goes haywire. This simple idea is your key to unlocking everything else. Check this out. A gap in your C1 esterase inhibitor, that's a crucial brake pedal in the system, unleashes a massive swelling storm. We're talking hereditary angioedema. And here's the #1 clue. It happens without any hives. That's the signal. Now for another critical gap. If you're missing the components from C5 all the way to C9, you've basically left the back door of your immune system wide open. And one specific bug, Neisseria, knows exactly how to walk right in. And finally, we have hypersensitivity itself. Think of it like a 4-gear matrix. You've got your immediate IgE fire, your T-cell slow burn, and the two that everyone gets tripped up on, the cellular heist versus the immune complex trash problem. We're going to nail that down today. Okay, quick pause. I have to say this. This content is for educational purposes only. Specifically for international medical exams, it is not medical advice. Please always consult official guidelines and a qualified physician for any clinical decisions. All right, let's get back to it. Imagine you're in the ER. We're going to deploy something called the C4 compass. Its whole job is to help you navigate one very specific, very dangerous situation: swelling without hives. So here it is, the classic board question. A patient rushes in, lips and tongues swollen up like a balloon. You look closely, and there are absolutely no hives. An intern is reaching for an EpiPen, thinking it's a typical allergic reaction. But wait, what's wrong with that picture? That intern is walking right into a trap. You have to see this as a fork in the road. Swelling with hives? Yeah, that's your classic IgE histamine-driven allergy. Hit it with epinephrine. But swelling without hives, that's a completely different pathway. You're not looking at an allergy, you're looking at a bradykinin problem. The absence of hives is the giant flashing sign telling you to switch tracks immediately. And this brings us right to our C4 compass. When you see swelling without hives, the single best screening test you can order is a C4 level. Why? Well, in hereditary angioedema, that missing C1 inhibitor means the complement system is constantly firing off, chewing through its own components. It's always active, so it's always consuming C4. That's why the C4 level is always low in these patients, even when they're not having an attack. Epinephrine won't do a thing here. You need things like C1 esterase concentrate. And listen to me very carefully. This is the deadliest trap of them all, on the boards and in the clinic. Whatever you do, never give this patient an ACE inhibitor. ACE inhibitors block the enzyme that breaks down bradykinin, so in a patient who already can't control their bradykinin levels, you're basically pouring gasoline on a fire. You will trigger a lethal airway crash. Okay, let's pivot to our second big system gap, what we're calling the Neisseria breach. This is all about why missing those complement proteins, C5 through C9, creates such a massive and specific security flaw in your immune defenses. So what do C5 through C9 actually do? They assemble this incredible weapon called the Membrane Attack Complex, or MAC. You can literally think of it as a molecular drill. It starts with C5b, which kicks off the whole process. C6, 7, and 8 come in and build the rig on the surface of the bacteria. And then, a whole bunch of C9 molecules form a ring and punch a hole right through the bacterial wall. The bacterium just pops. It's our #1 weapon against certain bacteria, especially Neisseria. Take it away, and you're a sitting duck for that specific bug. Okay, let's tackle another classic point of confusion, distinguishing type 2 from type 3 hypersensitivity. I'm going to give you a simple hack so you never mix these up again. Just remember, heist versus trash. This little analogy makes everything click. Type 2 is a targeted hit. Antibodies are going after a specific cell. Think of it like a sniper. But type 3, that's a systemic mess. You've got all this immune trash, these antibody-antigen complexes, floating around, getting stuck in the body's filters like your kidneys or your joints, and causing inflammation everywhere. So burn this into your brain. Type 2 is a cellular heist. It's specific. It's targeted. The antibodies are attacking one cell type, like the basement membrane in Goodpastures or red blood cells in autoimmune hemolytic anemia. It's basically localized murder. And type 3, that's the trash problem. You've got junk floating all through the blood, clogging up the filters. This is what you see in things like serum sickness or lupus. Here's the key difference. If the whole body is aching after a new drug, that sounds like a type 3 trash problem. If only the red blood cells are getting wiped out, that's a targeted type 2 heist. All right, it's time to lock all of this down. We're going to do a rapid-fire review. I want to make these connections automatic so you can dominate these questions on exam day. Ready?
Let's do it. C1 esterase inhibitor deficiency, hereditary angioedema. Remember, no hives. Best screening test for it, a low C4 level, always. And the risk from a C5 through C9 deficiency, recurrent Neisseria infections. Got it.
Now hypersensitivity? Type 1? IgE and mast cells. That's your anaphylaxis. Type 3? That's the trash problem, immune complexes. Think serum sickness. And a classic example of delayed type 4, the PPD skin test or contact dermatitis. Perfect. The logic is sealed. And there you have it. You're now armed with the core logic to hack these critical areas of immunology and rheumatology. You've got this. Mission complete.